Okay, back at it. I've had a few questions about the setup, so I'm just showing you again. This using a Atomos Ninja. As you can see, I've got the A7S into the Ninja. Different cable this time, just to show you that it doesn't matter which cable I use, I still get no signal. But if I press monitor, it's seeing what the A7S is showing, and if I change it from 1080 to 25, you still get a signal if it's an I or a P signal. 25p monitor, it's the same. So I'll just prove it by putting it into the C100. Right, there's a C100, and there you go, it's 1080 25. If I click monitor, it's seeing what the C100 sees. And again, if I go back, and it does an I50 signal, and monitor again, yeah, it's still seeing what the C100 sees. So I will now take it out of the C100 and put it into the EVA. Okay, so that's the signal that the Ninja should see, and of course it doesn't. Why? Because there's no input. There's no input signal there, and as you can see there, it's 1920 50p. This shouldn't make any difference anyway, I don't think. Even if I change the output settings to HDMI to 50i, again, no input. Or go back to LCD, again, no input. I'll go switch it back to that, and I'll just double check there. There's a 25, that's a 1920 1080p signal. Again, no input. So this is the issue that I'm having. There's no signal leaving the EVA, but I have noticed that if I connect in, a very cheap, this is an HDMI splitter in and two outputs. I'll connect that from the EVA into the input, so it's seeing that there's a signal going in there, that light's come on. And now if I put a signal into the output, one of the outputs from the HDMI splitter, I'll find the other end of this, which should be here. Cables everywhere. So that's the other end of that splitter, and now I'll put it into the Ninja, and I'm not getting anything. I just reset the splitter, and I'm not getting anything in there. Let me change this to output settings, HDMI out. I'll switch the output to a 1920 by 1080 I. So again, that's an I signal. And what do I get? A 1080 50i. Let's click on the monitor. Yuck, what a horrible picture, whereas it should be like that. And if I go and click the home button, which should show that, and there, and what do I get? A really fuzzy, horrible display. So so using the splitter, I actually do get a signal. It's not a very good signal, but there is some life there. But it's just wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, I don't know if it's this splitter, but at least I'm getting something out of the EVA. But as you can see, it's just not right. It keeps on fuzzing there, and then it will refresh and break down and stop. But yeah, this is again the issue that I've got. So even if I go and change the menu, system settings, if I go and change the frequency to, let's try 29, that's an NTSC signal, and resetting, let's see, so that's sending what out is menu, output, HDMI out. It won't let me do, it'll only let me do, yeah, and now I'm getting a bad signal on there. Let's take the splitter away and take it straight into the Ninja, just to see if it's anything to do with that frequency. No input. That's no input using that 1080. Let's go onto output, HDMI out, output, HDMI out. I can't even change the signal, it's got to be 1920 by 1080. Let's try doing an HDMI. No, I don't get the option to do an I signal, it's always 1920 1080, and that is using 29.97, that's a NTS signal and no input. So just to confirm, yet again it's not working. I'll put it back into the SmallHD. Yeah, that's connected in at the back, and nothing coming through, no HDMI signal coming straight out the EVA. So that's tried in both, two different frequencies now, nothing coming out.